If you're watching this video on YouTube, you can click on any of the links whenever you feel like it. If you're watching it on another video platform, you're going to have to go to the web address which is located in the description below this video to get more information. Binary Chaos Review. This is not your ordinary binary robot. In fact, this could be one of the most amazing programs I've ever seen. Find out more here. If you're like almost everyone else, you've been looking for something different and a system that works and can make you some extra money. Well, welcome to your answer. Binary Chaos is a program that actually works really well and isn't some scam. You have the opportunity right now to give it a try with no risk attached. In fact, developer Tom Harris is offering a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not that it's very expensive in the first place, just $49, but that will separate the tire kickers from the serious traders. Watch the rest of this video while Tom explains this extraordinary program to you. Watch the rest of this video now.
Forget about it. Frustration, failures, jumping from one big promise to the next, almost giving up. Put it all out of your mind. You wiped your slate clean the second you landed on this page. Because if you're struggling to make full-time income with binary options, but you're determined and still in the game, you're about to discover a secret about this market powerful enough to permanently erase your doubts as you rewrite your financial future faster than you ever imagined possible, no matter how many times you've tried in the past. It may seem impossible to you right now, but you didn't start out feeling like success was this hard to reach, did you? You started out seeing all the proof and the raving testimonials. The money seemed like it was so close you can almost spend it. And then the online binary options guru crowd smells blood fast and moves in. You're getting more and more emails hitting your inbox every day from so-called marketers pushing their latest auto or robot or copy my trade software. And no matter what it is, what name they're using this week, doesn't matter. I flat out dare you to find one single success story from any of those hyped up Forex miracles of the week. I know. You're probably thinking, tell me something I don't know, Tom. After all, if you're anything like I used to be, you probably learned the hard way after you were ripped off and worse, had your hopes lifted up and dashed again and again, until you wanted to just scream, is there anyone that you can trust? Pretty soon, they've got you right where they want you. More and more confused, frustrated, desperate even. Till everything looks like a scam. Your hard drive's crammed with useless software and systems that delivered nothing but wasted time. And here you are today, still stuck in a job you can't stand, working for the same idiot boss you hate. It's gotta make you mad as hell. But what if making easy money in binary options wasn't just a fantasy? What if someone delivered on the promise? What if you could quickly and easily begin funneling a full-time income out of the market? Without any experience, without untested robots or signal systems, without touching any of the usual risky strategies that bleed most small traders dry, and passively turn even the smallest deposits into windfall results like these passively and automatically for a spare time income of $16,390, $24,320, up to $28,160 every single day. Simply using your home PC to tap into a secret side of the binary options market that only a small handful of people even know exists. Unbelievable? Well, no matter how many wacky stories from trading gurus and experts you've heard up to now, I'm willing to swear under oath, this story you're about to hear is 100% true. Hi, Tom Harris here, and I'm what you might call an options outsider. Only now I'm an outsider on purpose, making way more profit after just a single year full-time than most pro-binary traders make in a decade. I used to think the only way to profit was to learn to trade like an insider, to copy what the big Wall Street banks and hedge funds were doing. After all, they're the ones making the big money, right? The ones who control 80% of the $4 trillion a day moving through the markets? It's like that Gordon Gekko guy said in the movie, you're either on the inside or the outside. As a computer programmer, freelance, that is, getting work where I could find it, I was always trying some system or other to, make it big in binary options on the side and quit my day job. Needless to say, none of these guru methods, robot, hype to the moon signal programs, you name it, led to any pay dirt. And to make it worse, a lot of my clients were in the New York financial industry. Yep, Wall Street. And seeing that world every day just rubbed it in that I couldn't seem to figure out how, no matter what happened to the economy, the elite rich just continued to get richer, or how the street brokers, CEOs, and insiders continued to bankroll their lavish lifestyles month in and month out. Now, this is a guy who hired me to do some programming odd jobs in his office early last year. I don't have permission to reveal his actual name, but after spending a couple of days following Mr. X around, two things were obvious. Money meant just about nothing to him, mostly because he could make it so easily. I once saw him create $50,000 from virtually nothing in only 4 hours. And everywhere Mr. X went, he carried with him this strange little stainless steel encased device. It looked like a small cell phone, but it only had 2 buttons, a small LED screen and a weird hieroglyphic-looking characters that rotated constantly. If we moved from his office to the lounge, the device came with us. When he went home for the day, the device went with him. If he got up to the desk, walked across the room, look out the window, you guessed it, the device went with him. Eventually, my curiosity got the better of me, and I asked Mr. X, "What is that device?" "Oh," he said, and casually went on, "This is the encryption device for my offshore bank account. It's more secure than a password because it changes access codes to the account every 30 seconds. Truth is, I'm still not sure why he answered my question, why he decided he could trust me enough to confide in. Heck, maybe it was just a nice change of pace for him to, go out and talk to an outsider for a change. But from that day on, I kept getting calls to come into the company to do programming tasks every week or so, and I finally just had to ask, okay, I know that it's probably a secret, but I've tried everything to make binary options pay. What am I doing wrong?" I couldn't have predicted what happened next. He started laughing. All right, I thought, I should have known better. But then he just said, "Follow me, Tom." Mr. X led me through a maze of hallways until we came to a door where he swiped a key card, punched in a code, the lock buzzed open, and we stepped into a walkway overlooking a huge space crammed with more computers than I had ever seen in one place before. "This is what a real insider high-frequency currency trading room looks like," he said. "And do you understand what you're up against as the little guy trying to trade binary options?" I just stared. And then he said, "But don't let that scare you from trading. I just want to show you why trying to copy what the insiders do won't get you anywhere except broke. Banks all over the world have trading floors just like this," he explained, backed up by server farms that look like they could run the Matrix. And they're filled with armies of experienced traders throwing trillions of dollars a day back and forth. So every time you enter a trade as the little guy, you're doing nothing but battling with the pros. I'll admit it, at that moment, I almost gave up right there on the spot. I mean, how could anyone compete with this? I thought, well, it's no wonder 95% plus of the little guy traders fail. I think Mr. X could pretty easily see how hopeless I felt. And maybe he just took pity on me. Maybe he needed to tell someone, whatever the reason, why he revealed that to me when he stepped back into the office and closed the door, changed my life. That was a little over a year ago. In that time, I've gone from buried under student loans for my overpriced college degree and barely paying the bills with freelance programming gigs for companies like the one Mr. X hired me to do, to results like these. Every single month, starting the very first month. I'm not speaking hypothetically here. No demo accounts, no backtest fantasies. Just look at the real money results. So when I say the secret changed my life, you can see I'm not exaggerating. Think of it this way. With nothing but one crazy secret Mr. X shared in his office that day, starting with amounts of money a lot smaller than most traders risk every day on unproven robots and signals that get them nowhere, and you could have made enough money to pay for one entire year of Ivy League tuition, room and board, a fully loaded Mercedes SUV, and probably still had enough extra money left over to pay off $1 million home mortgage, all simply, safely, and automatically. But I'm not saying any of this to brag. In fact, I envy you, dude, because you're just moments away from the one big aha moment about making money in binary options it took me years to struggle to finally stumble on. And trust me, once that aha moment happens, once this kicks into action for you just like it did for me, nothing's the same after that. You suddenly have an optimism, an enthusiasm for life that literally feels like it's putting an extra spring in your step. And you look back to that moment as a turning point where everything changed for you. So if you're tired chasing the same tired robot schemes under 100 different names, if you've tried everything and still haven't been able to make any real money on the side, let alone start a new life, if you're finally ready to leave your job, or if your job is getting ready to leave you, or it already has, then here's your chance to step away from the frustration, finally profit despite all of the lies, and never look back. Here's how it all works. Now, you already know the world's biggest banks and hedge funds that run the binary markets. $8 of every $10 that go through belongs to them. But here's the catch. Believe it or not, most big bank traders are not trading to make money. Most of the time, they're just taking a fee for moving huge chunks of money around for big international companies and wealthy individuals. You know, paying employees, tax loopholes, insurance, you name it. It's just part of doing business for them. And Mr. X revealed that that's where most little guy traders go wrong. They either try to use the same kinds of strategies as a bank, good luck there since they're not even trying to make a profit, or they just ignore the banks and try to guess what currency pairs will do next. Trend, range, up or down, using fancy sounding algorithms that can't possibly compete with the technology the big trading floors are using. Either way, they're set up to fail from the start. And then there's a third option, something Mr. X calls outsider strategy. You see, instead of trying to be one of the gurus and outsmart the market with the, can't fail wacky scheme or another, the outsider method is just the opposite. We're not guessing anything. We're just riding the coattails of the biggest market moves happening every single trading day. You guessed it, the trades made by the biggest banks. There's no theory involved, just knowing exactly where and when the big money trades are going down. People in the know call it bank order flow. Once you know that, making a profit is a mortal lock because the bank's trades are so huge. Knowing which way they're betting means you know exactly which way the markets are going to move on that currency pair before it happens. And this is the key to trading binary options. The best part is it's 100% legal and it will never get saturated or stop working. Of course, there's a catch. Problem is, the big banks don't exactly send out advance memos to anyone who asks, telling you, how they're going to trade that day. So normally you'd never find out about them until it's too late to profit. By that time, these trades are public knowledge and the market's already moved on. Game over. But, as Mr. X explained, there's a backdoor that makes spotting the bank's trades flat out easy, once you know how. And no, this isn't where I tell you he gave me some kind of direct feed into the bank's computers or anything like that. Remember, we're talking about something completely ethical and legal here. Because the fact is, as random as they might seem if you took a bunch of past trades and looked at a pattern, these trades are so predictable. So predictable, you can spot them and time them like clockwork. The secret, as he explained, is, and watch out, this is going to get a little computer nerd lingo alert, chaos theory. Not many people know this, Mr. X said. But years ago, there was a mathematician named Mandelbrot who took a look at trading patterns in the commodities market and managed to find an incredible pattern that literally made order out of chaos. That means, he said, even though everyone who's looked at the data was certain it had to be random, but Mandelbrot discovered that using chaos, you only had to look at things in a certain way and it suddenly became clear. In fact, I've got the data right here. I turned around while he punched in a code on a safe behind the desk, and then he handed me a manila folder with a sheaf of papers inside. Read that, he said. This is a study the bank did recently that proves Mandelbrot was right. The trades are predictable, but it takes a lot of math and algorithms to do it right and do it so fast. Since you're a programmer, I think you'll be able to figure it out from here. Well, it took me several nonstop months of writing and testing a program I started calling the Chaos Algorithm, based on the documents Mr. X had given me. And after all trial and error, when I walked back into his office with the printouts of the results, all he said was, "Tom, you've done it." Introducing Options Chaos. The results? You've already seen some of them right here on this video. Trades like these popping up in my broker accounts day in, day out, Monday through Friday. And I say nearly zero because let's face it, nothing is zero risk. But this is about as close as you can get. After all, we're not guessing here. We're not using some kind of signal about which way the market's going to move that could go disastrously wrong any second. Every trade is made knowing in advance which way the market is going to go. With that kind of unfair advantage on your side, well, let's just say your odds of breaking into the 5% of binary option traders who make a killing just jumped up by a notch or three. You're probably thinking, okay, so this is where you tell me that Options Chaos costs a fortune, but it's worth it, right? Well, not exactly. You see, the thing is, my Options Chaos algo isn't for sale. Not at any price. I spent way too much of my own money and time developing these systems. I'm just not going to let this technology walk out the front door. Plus, even if I wanted to sell, well, I couldn't. I had to promise Mr. X that I'd keep the inner workings of the system pretty close to my chest. Just part of the deal. But here's what I did get him to agree to, and this is huge for you. Because it's not only much cheaper than buying the Options Chaos algorithm could ever be, well, it's much easier. I've got a standing permission from Mr. X as part of our agreement to allow a limited group of traders to plug into my automated Chaos pattern platform. That means, well, I run the Options Chaos software on my high-speed machines, and this is a big benefit to you since the hardware to run the thing alone probably set you back about $50,000 wholesale. So all you have to do is run a small piece of the software in your PC that gives you a direct mirror feed into the Options Chaos trade. Every time it detects that banks are making a move, it makes a trade on my system with my money, and in the same time it pings your PC to make the same trade. Most people I've shown this to have told me they don't care if I don't give away the secret algorithm itself. Just share the trades. If you're not comfortable with that, well, this is not for you. But this is perfect for you. If you don't want to sit in front of your screen trading 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, and if the emotional side of trading, the fear, greed cycle, pulling the trigger on trades, cutting your losses, and all the psychological stress is not appealing to you, and come on, who would want that given the choice? Not me. So I know you're wondering, so what does semi-automatic access to the Options Chaos algo cost me? Well, putting a price tag on something as unique as this, it wasn't easy, and honestly, I can't promise that I'll keep access to this available for more than a few days, period. But you're one of the ground floor group of traders who do have a real chance to get in the door, and I don't want price to get in the way. I want people who are serious and understand what kind of opportunity this really is. How different this is from your typical robot or signal systems or copy my trade scheme that you're probably used to hearing about. That's why Options Chaos should cost you at least $4,997, and you would consider that the best $5,000 you've ever spent. But you won't pay half that, not even a third of that, not even a tenth. In fact, right now you can get access to Options Chaos for just $47. That's right, just $47. That first mover rate, it's yours no matter how high the price goes up in the future. Of course, I know at this point you might be wondering, why the hell are you sharing this instead of just using it yourself? Good question. There's actually two reasons. As you saw earlier in the video, I know what it feels like to be stuck in trading and almost give up. One reason I created Options Chaos is to leverage the very same information most insiders would want to keep hidden without demanding that you ever become part of the Wall Street machine or traditional binary trading traps. So in addition to profiting myself, well, there's a Robin Hood type of gratification I get from this process, where we take from the insiders and we ensure that we outsiders get the income and security we deserve. The question is, are you ready for this kind of success? The only real work involved is figuring out what you want, because using the Options Chaos itself, that's easy. It's literally 100% done for you. And that's why out of fairness to the thousands of people watching this video and to help maximize the results for those who are serious, I'm going to be limiting the number of entrants to the program. I don't know exactly what that number is yet, but because I answer every single question and support you every step of the way, I know there's a limit to the number of people I can take in. I mean, remember, you just get the trade sent straight to your PC. Behind the scenes, I've got my hands full making sure it all runs smoothly. The good news is, to get started right now, you don't have to say yes. You just have to say, I'll try it. Because you're covered from day one by my 60-day unconditional guarantee. Try Options Chaos for 60 days. If for any reason, or even for no reason at all, you decide it's not right for you or anything less than just totally thrilled, just let me know and you'll get every penny back on the spot. No questions asked. It's easy to order. Just click the download now button below and you'll go straight to the 100% secure encrypted checkout page to begin your trial. I know you'll make the right decision. I'll see you on the inside. Click the download now button right now. Okay, here's the bottom line. You can either stick it to all the insiders, the gurus, the experts who've led you down the wrong path in the past, while staying away from the usual options market risks other traders have to deal with simply by taking advantage of a done-for-you system that puts you safely outside it all. Or, well, you can ignore this warning and take your chances with the regular binary market and try to figure everything out yourself. Or worse, continue to risk your money with half-assed robots and signals program from shady gurus who, well, do little more than consistently lose your money. So click the download now button while you still have a chance. All right, my friend, this is it. I give you fair warning. Like I said, soon I'm going to need to be very selective about who sees this video. I can't promise how long this opportunity will remain available at any price. As you might expect, Options Chaos is not something I ever want to hit the mainstream. I know that level of exposure would alarm the powers that be to the point where they'd make it their mission to stop us. I don't want to risk that, not with all the incredible results this system will be producing for the loyal members who join now. So, once activity picks up to the point where it's at risk of being detected by all the insiders, or if I get a call from Mr. X telling me time to pull the plug on admitting anybody new, I'll be forced to stop offering membership. No exceptions. With the no questions guarantee and the powerful follow-up and support, you've got nothing to lose and almost everything to gain. There's just no reason not to give Options Chaos a try right now. So if you click the button below or anywhere else on this page and you don't see this graphic, well, that means membership is still open. I hope you'll take advantage of it, and I look forward to welcoming you as a fellow Options Chaos outsider. Click the download now button before it's too late.
Click the link below to get free instant access to the Binary Chaos software. Go ahead, click the link. Or go to www.binaryoptionsproducts.com/bchaos, all in lowercase. You'll be really glad you did. Hey, what are you doing still here? Click the link. It's free. You get the opportunity to get Binary Chaos for free. Go now.